it is bad news for the WNBA that she's not continuing to play.
W thinks that they don't have to pay us more. Commissioner talked about us being able to make $700,000. That's not true at all.
Diana Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA.
At this moment, it's breaking WNBA news. Caitlin Clark, one of the league's brightest stars, has made it official. Her stunning decision to walk away from the WNBA and take her career overseas.
The sellouts. Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players.
Although nobody expected this twist, it begins to make sense once you look closely at the reasons behind her choice.
Our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000.
In today's video, we dive deeper into Caitlin Clark's decision to leave and head to the European League, looking at her meager salary that feels meaningless when compared to NBA players' massive earnings.
NBA players make millions and millions of dollars. Victor Wembanyama, rookie salary, which was around $55 million for 4 years. And then you look at Caitlin Clark's $338,000 salary that she signed for 4 years. It's around 162 times more that Victor made than.
We're diving into a wide range of issues: racial prejudice, biased officiating, and the league's ongoing struggles with how she's been treated.
Caitlin Clark was the solution for so many things, but so many players, coaches are also painting her out to be the problem. There was all of this just nonsense about things that Caitlin was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her from all sides. She was getting all of that, yet all of these eyeballs were coming to the league because of.
We'll also explore how, even though Caitlin still isn't getting the credit she deserves, her very presence has become the driving force behind the WNBA's current surge of excitement.
Caitlin Clark came in and made such an impact on how many people started to care about the WNBA. This was the highest viewed season in the history of.
To show just how absurd this situation really is, we'll break down the numbers and analyze the data. Things are about to get serious, so buckle up. Let's start with Caitlin Clark's biggest motivation for stepping away from the WNBA, the massive pay gap.
Foreign player Gabby Williams warned the WNBA, if you want to keep international players, you need to do better.
W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization. You know, our commissioner talked about us being able to make $700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that. We were promised, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money and whatever, and then the teams are mad that I don't come back, but that's how it is. So yes, it just, the WNBA, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business, it's how it works, and that's all that.
From the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season.
It's no secret that WNBA players take home far less than their NBA counterparts. The average WNBA salary is modest at best, especially when compared to NBA stars pulling in millions every single year. That kind of compensation doesn't match Caitlin's level of talent or the spotlight she has brought to the league.
Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA. Russia paid Diana Taurasi $1.5 million salary to play in Russia. The WNBA, the highest salary in the league, was $107,000. So obviously that's.
WNBA players have all felt the impact of Caitlin's presence. What makes it even more frustrating is that we're talking about sold-out arenas, thousands of new fans, and a surge in viewership.
Highest paid player in the WNBA currently makes a little over $200,000 in salary. I don't know what the WNBA does with their marketing.
Listen to what Allison Barber, president of the Indiana Fever, had to say. Whenever Caitlin played on the road, arenas were packed, tickets sold out, and even standing room sections were overflowing.
Here's all you need to know about Caitlin Clark. When we would go to away games, they always sold out. unbelievable. So Atlanta would normally have 3,000, 4,000 people. Now they have 17,000 people, and they sold 1,000 standing room only tickets. So when we walked into the arena, people were on that third balcony looking down at the tops of our players' heads to watch. It's really hard to take in. After a few away games, and all of the sellouts, Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players. She said,
wow,
we're making all this new revenue, and I would like the away team to benefit from that. Could they get a spot bonus? So that's the heart of
The overwhelming presence of Caitlin Clark supporters in the stands turned Fever Road games into something that felt like home. Yet even with that kind of energy, Caitlin and other WNBA players still aren't reaping the financial rewards their efforts deserve.
Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA. Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games. And
WNBA athletes like Caitlin, who generate massive revenue, still earn very little compared to NBA players cashing in on huge contracts. After realizing just how much money her games were pulling in, Caitlin even pushed for spot bonuses to reward players on opposing teams. But under the WNBA's current CBA, those bonuses never came. And Caitlin? She's not the type to tolerate that kind of system.
the money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA players going overseas and possibly not returning.
It's no surprise that Caitlin is searching for a league where her talent is properly rewarded, given everything we've laid out. Players in the European League enjoy better treatment overall, greater respect, and far bigger paychecks. And Caitlin Clark more than deserves all of that. But it's not just about money. It's about feeling valued for everything she's brought to the game. Right now, the WNBA simply doesn't provide that.
And was still advocating for players on the other team to get bonuses because she saw the kind of money and eyeballs and viewership that all of this was.
Another major factor in Caitlin Clark's decision to walk away from the WNBA was the racial dynamics that lingered throughout the season. Beyond the harsh criticism she faced from fans, Caitlin also had to endure players and coaches who seemed determined to overlook her unfairly.
The season has been nothing short of a mess. It has been so unprofessional, and they need to step it up, and they need to step up.
She was often painted as the problem instead of the solution to the league's struggles, despite her extraordinary talent and undeniable accomplishments.
NBA in 2022 made around $10 billion in revenue. That is about 166 times the amount of money that the WNBA made.
This leads us to a powerful conclusion. Caitlin has become the target of prejudice. Time and again, referees have overlooked fouls against black players while coming down hard on Caitlin and her teammates, creating the impression of favoritism in several league moments. Any player would find that treatment unfair, but for Caitlin, already under a microscope, it feels especially heavy.
Caitlin Clark is just such a class act. She was incredible, breaking all types of records, and that's something she was certainly proud of. We saw lots of smiles on the court.
Caitlin is the face right now, and that's also good. Like, she's selling out gyms, of course. Like, why would you hate against that?
We saw dirty play after dirty play on Caitlin Clark, and still, she just handled every single situation with the highest levels of.
Caitlin is the face of the league right now, and that's a good thing. She's packing arenas night after night. So really, why would anyone choose to hate on that?
NBA players and their pretend friends in the mainstream media. They have done everything they can to diminish the impact of Caitlin Clark. They tried to convince us that there are other players in the dump capable of drawing an audience. They tried to convince us that other players deserve the spotlight.
She felt even more isolated and frustrated when she put her talent on display the very next night, because it seemed as if the system itself was stacked against her.
Owner of the Atlanta Dreamers said, "This is our league." All those people who have been saying, "This is our league," they can't sell out playoff games.
I don't think the WNBA is ready for this type of attention that she's bringing. Racism. Everybody's talking about enough with the racist BS. She's nasty. She knows how to ball. Everybody else is jealous. They're pissed off because you're getting this, like, it's ridiculous. And we're never going to advance as a species, and we're never, if he keeps having that type of attitude. It's ridiculous. It's like, what? Everything has to go back to race. Everything has to keep going back to race. She's really good. Let it be that. And the other players should shut the hell up. Like, nobody was talking about your league. Nobody cared about the WNBA until that girl. That girl, Caitlin Clark, I don't care what color she is, she's ridiculous, she's nasty, and now people are watching, and you guys are talking shit about her. She should leave. She should have got those other contracts, Pat. Where does she have a contract to go somewhere else?
Big three.
She should have gone to the big three. To hell with the WNBA. They're nothing.
If Caitlin felt she was being unfairly singled out, with referee bias shaping her games, then her urge to find another league, one where she could shine without that shadow, would only grow stronger. Players like Gabby Williams have spoken openly about the WNBA's dysfunction and lack of professionalism, underscoring the chaos and drama that defined the season.
A league with players that feel like they should be getting the attention. Now they have center stage, but the ratings are going to go down. Are they going to be pointing fingers and blaming Indiana Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans whenever the ratings don't stay the same?
Caitlin can step away from the relentless atmosphere by moving to Europe, finding a fairer stage, and locking in on her game without constantly having to prove herself against the weight of perceived bias by choosing the European League.
Look at the numbers everywhere else across women's basketball. It's not just Caitlin Clark, it's all of us. And then the moment the ratings tank, they're going to come back and say, see, we were right all along. It's all the racists that follow Caitlin Clark that were watching the product, and now they're gone, and we're back with our diehards. It is bad news for the WNBA that she's not continuing.
The struggle with ethnic dynamics can make that option especially appealing. Sadly, Caitlin Clark does not yet have the opportunity to compete in an environment that truly nurtures her growth as a player, something she has more than earned. But the WNBA's current state simply does not provide.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times. Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times. Single season rookie record for assists. Single season rookie record for 3-pointers. Single game record for assists, 19. Franchise record for most double-doubles, 3-pointers. Career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 3-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season, regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
One of the clearest reasons Caitlin Clark chose to leave the WNBA for the European League was the massive pay gap. Despite her extraordinary skill and the huge fan base she brings to the game, Caitlin has had to face the harsh truth that her WNBA salary is far below what she could earn competing overseas.
Caitlin Clark has been the best thing, the most dominant thing to happen to the WNBA ever. Remember, there's been good players come out of college, but nobody really cared. We'd seen it. Nobody really cared.
Let's break down the numbers. The average WNBA player brings in between $120,000 and $300,000 a season, with the very best topping out around that same range. But in Europe, the story looks very different. Top players there can make as much as $1 million per season, and according to some reports, those with star power and strong performance can command even more. For Caitlin and plenty of others, it becomes nearly impossible to justify staying in a league that undervalues what they bring when the financial gap is this undeniable. Additionally, the data on how many people watch my video makes it clear that Caitlin's performances have played a huge role in driving the WNBA's record-breaking surge in viewership.